तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। I welcome all the devotees for today's session, second session in the course Transcendental Diagram. So, anyone have any questions from last class? Kindly let me know if you are not able to understand anything from last class. So, let me know. Any problem? Yes. Everyone understood everything. Very good. Okay, we'll continue further. In last class, we discussed what is vaimukhyam. What is vaimukhyam? Vaimukhyam towards paratattvam means what? Who is going to answer this? What is vaimukhyam? I request all of you to switch on your cameras and show your transcendental faces. By seeing your transcendental faces, I may get my purification. This patita jivatma can, yes, can get purified by your lotus faces. So, why other lotuses are not blossoming? They are hiding white. Yes, show your lotus faces. I'll be more happy by seeing all of you. And by seeing and teaching, it looks like so nice. And without seeing, just seeing the names in letters, and teaching is becoming so difficult. Like I'm teaching to a wall. And yesterday, nobody was switching on camera, only one Prabhu, or Ravindra Sachipudha Prabhu was otherwise. So, teacher also should feel that He's teaching to the person. Okay. Let us continue our things. So, any questions from your last class? No questions. So what we discussed? What is
Vaimukhyam means senses of object, Prabhuji?
Vaimukhyam means?
Is it the senses of object?
No. Vaimukhyam means what?
Knowledge
covered by Maya. That is called
knowledge about absolute truth, Prabhuji?
Knowledge?
About absolute truth?
Mohit.
Knowledge covered by Maya.
Mohit, you want to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So vimukhyam means that the jiva does not have knowledge of the absolute truth. In other words, like his face is turned away from absolute truth.
Anadi paratattvam sansarga bhavamayo tad vaimukhyam labdha chidraya tanmaya vruta swaswarupa gnananam. What is the meaning of vaimukhyam? Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamayo vaimukhyam. Absence of the knowledge about absolute truth. Jiva has absence of the knowledge about the absolute truth without beginning. There is no beginning. So this is known as vaimukhyam. Without beginning, jivatma doesn't have knowledge about absolute truth. That is known as vaimukhyam. You can see what I wrote. I did additionally added today. Without beginning, jivatma has absence of knowledge about absolute truth. This is known as vaimukhyam. Okay. Can anyone explain this? Because of this vaimukhyam, what happens next? Hey. Yes, Mohit, please go on.
Because the jiva is not having knowledge of absolute truth, therefore Maya is able to cover the jiva with avidya.
Yes. Then what happens?
So after avidya, then because of avidya, he loses this knowledge that he is soul.
He loses?
This knowledge that he is soul.
He loses.
Forgets. This is covered.
Covered. Like in your house, there is a pot, is there? Someone came and he just covered that pot. Can you say this person has stolen my pot? No, no.
Yeah,
so avidya is doing covering or stealing?
Yeah, covered. Yes.
It's doing only covering, not stealing. So it's only covering. So that's why jivatma is, as the resultant is what? What is the resultant? If avidya covers jivatma, then what is the result?
False ego.
Huh?
False ego.
If avidya is covered by Maya, avidya is if avidya covers jivatma, what happens? Let us ask Kusumalila Mother.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. Because of the soul is covered by avidya, he will identify himself as with the body, and for that he is suffering with the dualities of this material world. And
steps are jumping. Steps are jumping.
Okay.
When yes, Ravindra Sachiputra Prabhu, you wanted that.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I was waiting till the end. I said if no one is answering, then this only happens. Vayam Dvitiya Vini Vishvetahasya.
No. First, when avidya covers jivatma, what happens? When avidya covers, what happens? The immediate step, actually. What is the immediate step? Yes, Suesha.
Immediate step is vaimukhyata.
No, vaimukhyam, that's it.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Yes,
Can
when
I say?
yeah, go on.
Karma.
He will forget his identity, first of all.
What is that identity?
That he is not the servant of the Lord, but he will
No,
identify as a body.
no. I want one immediate step on when avidya covers jivatma, what happens?
Forgetting himself.
Who is that? Raise the hand and say, otherwise I cannot see.
Prabhuji is forgetting Lord.
I don't make it a fish market. Please raise hand and then speak. If you raise hand, then I will ask you, okay, you speak. If you don't raise hand, then everyone speaks, then it will become a fish market. First raise the hand. You know all of you how to raise the hand, electronic hand? Yes or no? So when avidya covers, what happens? Come on. When avidya covers jivatma, what happens? What is the resultant? Ravi, yes.
When avidya covers jivatma, then the inherent, what we call the inherent relationship with Brahman, we forget the inherent relationship with Brahman.
Hey, what is there that will be not accessed? Like if darkness covers your eyes, what happens?
Darkness. I am not able to see what is the right thing.
That means existing things you cannot see. Similarly, so when darkness covers your eyes, can you say that? So Lord is you cannot see Lord. When eyes are covered by the darkness, what you cannot see? Generally, what are objects in front of you that you cannot see. That's all. You cannot say that when your eyes are covered by the darkness, you cannot see Paramatma. Can you say like that?
No.
Similarly, when jivatma is covered by the avidya, then what it cannot understand? What it cannot see?
Our knowledge about Paramatma is lost.
Hey, now you are saying same way. When your eyes are covered, then you are saying that you cannot see Paramatma. Actually, Paramatma you cannot know even if you are having the eyes or you don't have eyes. It's material eyes. So, when your eyes are covered with the darkness, you cannot see Paramatma. If you say, is it going to write sentence?
No, it is not correct. Yeah.
So similarly, so I am asking when eyes are covered with darkness, yes, Suman Prabhu. And soul is covered with avidya, then what happens? Tell me.
Okay, can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So I think it's create a bhaya basically.
Bhaya will be very later it comes.
Okay.
Steps many are there in between.
Okay.
Sheetal Prabhu. Sheetal.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So when we are covered with avidya, we don't see we are soul. We just assume we are body. This body.
When avidya is covered, jivatma is covered by the avidya, you don't see yourself as soul, but you identify as body. No. Sanskriti.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhu, as you already told, that the jiva already don't have the paratattva jnana. So when it is vimukhyam, so Maya is covering him as with avidya. So obviously it is forgetting, like covering it with avidya and giving him gross and subtle body. So obviously he will be forgetting his nishchit sarupa. And then with the
Tell me, when avidya covers jivatma, what happens? Just a straightforward answer.
so when avidya covers jivatma, then obviously he forgets the knowledge about his nishchit swarupa, that he is a soul.
Hmm.
He is the eternal servant of the Lord.
No. Ekdam.
Hare Krishna.
Why you people are so much confused?
About
Babas,
karma?
let us see. Okay, let me.
It's Prabhuji, I think it's a false ego gets created. I mean,
Prabhuji,
False ego.
karma,
कहाँ से
Prabhuji.
false ego?
Is it because of karma? Karma.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Our after losing our identification, sometimes we identify ourselves chitta, sometimes intelligence, sometimes
No, Ranjit. Wait, Ranjit. Wait. Wait. I will let me explain. Hey, you people. Hey, first of all, what I'm saying, Maya is able to cover avidya. Sorry, Maya is able to cover jivatma, or that is through avidya. That means avidya is nothing but component of Maya. So that avidya covers jivatma. When it covers, which jivatmas it covers? Those jivatmas which they don't have paratattva gnanam. That means paratattva gnanam means, so they don't know who is Krishna and what is the relationship with my relationship with Krishna. So such a knowledge is not there. Only those jivas are now covered by avidya. If I ask, when avidya is covering jivatma, can you say now jivatma is forgetting Krishna and his relationship with Krishna? Can you say this? Can you say this or not? Mohit, bolo. Okay. Let me unmute Ram.
Yeah, true. So the jiva does not have that knowledge to begin with, so he cannot forget.
That is the point, na. From the beginningless, without beginning, jivatma doesn't have knowledge about paratattvam. Means it doesn't have any clue that he is a soul and Krishna is the supreme personality of God. That means he is a servant and Krishna is supreme personality of God. It's such a sambandha gnana is not there. That's why Maya is attacking and covering that Maya with avidya. Covering that jivatma with avidya. Now, when avidya is covering jivatma, what happens? Can you say it is forgetting about the Paramatma? What is this? Are Baba, already it is not there. Like when you, so now let us see. Your eyes are not sufficient enough to see Paramatma. Now, it is already, even if light is there, you are not able to see. Now, if darkness is covering your eyes, can you say that because of darkness is covering my eyes, I am not able to see Paramatma? It's foolishness. You are not able to see what? You are not able to see just what are the things which are in front of you when light was there. Those things you are not able to see when darkness is covering your eyes. Similarly, when avidya covers jivatma, what it cannot know? So it cannot know himself only. So can you say jivatma, when it is covered by the avidya, it cannot know Paramatma? Are bhai, already we are saying that it is not having the knowledge about the paratattvam. That means about the absolute truth. That's why avidya is covering. You people are sensing my point? Sanskriti, yes?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
What do you understood? Tell.
I've understood that because of covering of avidya, even though the jiva has, just like you gave the example, that eyes have the capacity, but because of darkness, even having the capacity, the eyes cannot see. Just like that, because of avidya, even if the jiva has the capacity to know himself, but because of avidya, he cannot know himself.
Can you say that jivatma, because when it is covered by the avidya, it is not able to see Paramatma? It is not able to know about Paramatma. Can you say this? Can we say like this?
Because of avidya,
When jivatma is covered by the avidya,
yeah,
it is not able to know Paramatma.
yes. The thing is, Prabhu, because of avidya, the only thing that paratattva jnanam is already not there in jiva.
Because of avidya?
Because the thing is that the jiva from the beginningless, the vaimukhyam jiva, they don't have paratattva jnanam from the beginningless. But because of avidya, they are only they cannot know himself only because of avidya himself. Paratattva jnanam is not there at all.
That is the main point I am saying. Paratattva jnanam is not there. That's why avidya is covering.
That paratattva jnanam is given by sadhu sangha.
So paratattva jnana already it is not there. That means jivatma is not having. Jivatma is having the absence of absolute truth. Jivatma is having the knowledge, absence of knowledge about absolute truth. That's why avidya is covering. Then now you are saying because of avidya covering, it is not able to know the paratattva. What is this nonsense logic? जैसे कोई व्यक्ति आपसे माने light is now is there and you are able to see your laptop and your table and your fan, but you are not able to see even light is there, Paramatma. Now because of darkness, you are now not able to see Paramatma. Can you say like this? You can say because of darkness, covering darkness, because of darkness is covering eyes, you are not able to see table, fan. Not that the Paramatma. Everyone understanding my point? When avidya is, why is so insensitive to the logic? Why you people are very insensitive to the philosophy? So blunt actually. I am saying jivatma, basically it is not having the paratattva jnanam. Then avidya, next step, avidya is covering that jivatma. Then because of the influence of avidya, because of covering of avidya, then now jivatma, what it cannot know? It cannot know himself. I am soul. That's all. And people are saying that because of covering avidya and it is now thinking I am as a body. This is another extremity. When jivatma is covered by the ahankara, then it will be thinking himself as body because of that ahankara, false ahankara. Because of avidya, what is happening? Only it is not able to know himself. I am soul. Everyone understood? Please, if you don't know basics of this, it's very difficult. Please understand. Yes. So that's why don't say that when jivatma is covered with the avidya, it is not able to know about Krishna, it is not able to know about Paramatma, it is not able to know about Brahman, it is not able to know about paratattvam. These statements are completely baseless, useless statements. Already we are saying it is not having the knowledge about paratattva, means it is Krishna or the Paramatma or the Brahman. And now because of avidya it is gone. How can you say? First of all, that is not there. That's why avidya is covering. Ravi, understood? What did you understand? Tell me. When avidya covers jivatma, what happens?
When avidya covers jivatma, so we lost the I mean basically we forget about the paratattva jnana.
Hey. अरे वो नहीं बोलना है भाई, परतत्व का ज्ञान नहीं है इसीलिए अविद्या पकड़ रही.
Yeah, yes. So we have lost our inherent relationship with Paramatma. That's why avidya has come.
Avidya, when covers, what happens to the jivatma? That point you tell me, that's all.
We are not able to recognize ourselves only.
That's all. Yes, Suman? What do you want to say?
Yeah, same thing, Prabhu. So basically, if like avidya is covering, that means we are not able to recognize that we are a soul.
Asmriti.
Yeah.
What is happening? Asmriti, not able to know himself.
Right.
We should not say that jivatma is not able to know Paramatma. अरे भाई परमात्मा का ज्ञान नहीं है तभी जाकर अविद्या पकड़ा. What is saying that avidya covers jivatma, then jivatma is not able to know Paramatma? That is not right statement.
So since we don't have a knowledge about the paratattva, that's what like Maya
That's
has
what
covered
avidya is
us
catching.
That's what Maya has covered, and this is avidya.
Maya's potency is avidya.
Maya potency is avidya. Yeah. Okay, Prabhu.
One of the vritti of Maya is avidya. So avidya covering jivatma means Maya covering jivatma means, so Maya is using its avidya potency to cover jivatma. So when jivatma, which is not having the knowledge about the Paramatma, paratattvam, so such a jivatma is covered by the avidya, then what it will not be able to know? It is not able to know himself. I am soul. Can we say that jivatma is not able to know Paramatma? Already it is not able to know, not having knowledge about the paratattvam. Then what is the point of saying avidya is covering, then it is not able to know paratattvam?
Right.
That's not a right statement. Yeah, Ravindra Sachiputra.
Yeah, Prabhuji, we can also term it like this. Can we term it like this? What you said, that the real I-ness is not there. It is missing. It is forgotten. The real I-ness.
Real I-ness?
Forgotten.
Yes.
Same thing, no? It's a more deeper and more heavier statement.
Yes. Jivatma has, try to see, Jivatma has, that is a chit kanam. That means is a particle. So this is having, yesterday I was explaining, what I was explaining, you see, jivatma, sense of I. Jivatma is having the sense of I. That means, and it is also chit padartha, it is knowledge, it is a blissful. And it is having the doership. It is having the doershipness, kartrutvam, bhoktrutvam, jnatritvam, knowing ability it is having. It is having the sense of I. That means it can sense himself as I am. I am what? I am soul. It can sense that himself. It doesn't need any kind of these ears, nose, or otherwise mind, intelligence. It doesn't need this small particle itself can know himself as soul. Now, when avidya covers, only that is gone. That gone means that is covered. It is not able to know I am soul. Can you say now jivatma is not able to know paratattvam? Paratattvam already it is not knowing. That's why avidya is covering. Now, why when avidya covers, it is not able to know paratattvam? Already it is not there, Baba. How can you say now avidya covering, then it is not knowing the paratattvam? सुनते आप लोग? इतना छोटा पॉइंट समझ में नहीं आता है. एकदम So then after that, what happens? Paratattvam. So that means jivatma is covered by avidya. So it is not able to know. The next step, what? Next, Maya, what it does? It does give gross and subtle bodies. In the subtle body, what is there? Ahankara. Next, chittam. Next, intelligence, mind, senses. These are all subtle body. And then gross body. Maya further covering jivatma with all these layers. With these layers, what happens then? What happens? Tell me. Raise the hand. Hey. Yes, Ranjit.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvapana. So Prabhuji, I am confused. So ki you are saying ki avidya covered when a spirit soul is not able to know about the absolute truth. Soul is not able to.
Absolutely no. Why?
So sorry, Prabhuji, my mistake. I selected the wrong word. So yeah, a living soul is not when living soul is not able to know about absolute truth. Then that time avidya cover by the soul like that, no? So how it is possible, Prabhuji, before covering avidya, soul is pure and soul is also the Satchitanand. So, so as a single soul, he all time is able to know about the himself. Ki, I am the servant of the Lord, and Lord
Who
is.
said? It is not having the knowledge about paratattvam. Already it is said, na anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhav.
That is my confusion, Prabhuji. That's why
Yeah.
I
It is
wanted to
not
ask
from
you.
beginningless. Beginningless means what? Do you know what is the meaning of beginningless? Without beginning means?
So beginningless, I was thinking ki before coming down, before thinking that ki I want to enjoy the material things, and that time I was in the spiritual world, and I want living as a living soul. Living souls have desires to enjoy the cosmic world, material things beyond the lordship. So like that, I was thinking. It is
No beginning means no beginning.
okay, okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No beginning. वो नो बिगिनिंग माने आप वाजुम नहीं करना चाहिए उधर कुछ भी. So anadi means anadi means no beginning. We are assuming for preaching sake we say so many things. But what text is saying? Are you able to see the text of this Jiva Goswami's Bhakti Sandarbha text? Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamaya tad vaimukya labda chidraya tan mayaya vrita swaswarupa gnananam. So what text is saying? Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamaya. That means from beginning, from the beginningless. That means without beginning, no beginning. No beginning what? Jivatma is not having the knowledge about paratattvam. That means it doesn't know who is he. It doesn't know that who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. When onwards it is not knowing, no beginning. Don't put that certain time this is there and from then onwards it is not knowing. It is already text is saying anadi. Why we take the word anadi so cheaply? Or speculative meaning why we should take anadi means anadi. No adi. So without any beginning, Jivatma is. Then can you say why Jivatma is not knowing the Paramatma, paratattvam, paratattvam or Paramatma or Bhagavan, whatever you say? So why it is not knowing? Anadi, no beginning. When you say no beginning, then how can you ask a question there? Can you ask a question? Like example, I generally show a curve actually. There is a curve, a mathematical curve. So generally in the mathematics, we see a bell-shaped curve. I forgot the formula, but bell curve is like this. Like in the probability theory also it comes. So this bell curve is axis time. This is axis t. This is axis some f of t. So this bell curve, when it is going to touch this x-axis, t-axis, minus infinity. And when it is going to touch the t-axis, plus infinity. So then can you say what is the beginning of this curve? Can you say what is the beginning of this curve here? Minus infinity means what? There is no beginning. Similarly, for Jivatma also, from when onwards it is forgetting about the Lord. That means paratattva gnanam, absence of paratattva. From when onwards? No beginning. You should not say that on that day, because of so and so reason, it is kicked out from there. Then it is beginning. It is beginning to have the absence of knowledge about paratattvam. That means you are not accepting the statement anadi. So that's why whenever anadi is said that, you should not ask any questions. Anadi itself is saying no beginning. If some mathematicians, you will go and ask when this curve is going to touch this. That means now curve is beginning from minus infinity. Na? When this curve has begun, can anyone say mathematics? When this curve is going to touch this t-axis, it's decaying, decaying, decaying. When it is going to touch, can anyone say? It's not possible. Plus infinity, minus infinity, like that. No beginning. तो पकड़ नहीं पा रहे आप लोग एक्चुअली, कैच नहीं कर रहे एक्चुअली, दिमाग में नहीं जा रहे, एकदम बिखर जा रहा है आपका, क्या समस्या, क्या समझ में नहीं. चलो but let us try, don't be hopeless, try to get it, try till the time you get it. If you don't understand philosophy, without understanding the proper philosophy, you cannot get the strong faith on the Lord. Then you cannot able to do steady devotion, pure devotional service. Okay, so I explained. Then after that, jivatma is covered by false ego, chittam, intelligence, mind, senses, gross body. Because of this false ego, now it is identifying himself as body. If false ego is not there, can this jivatma, which is covered by the avidya, can think that so he is body? No. Because of false ego, it is getting the false identity. People are saying that when it is covered by the avidya, jivatma is covered by the avidya, then it is not able, it is able to know himself, and also one mata is saying it is identifying himself as body. Are to identify himself as body, it needs false ego. If false ego is not there, kahan se aayega wo identity? How can it identify himself falsely? So in the Mahavishnu's body at that time, jivatma is covered with only avidya and karma. So at that state, in that state, can jivatma identify himself as body? It's not possible. Yes, Suman. Yes. Tell me.
So, Prabhuji, I have a doubt here. So, okay, so from the beginningless, like the avidya and karma is there. So how does this false ego comes into the picture?
That's the point of with avidya and karma, beginningless, they are there. Where they are all there? Those jivatmas, such a jivatmas which are covered with the karma and avidya and karma. Where they are?
Karnadakshay Vishnu body?
In Karnadakshay Vishnu body. When he glances, when he feels that he wants to create many, so then what will happen? Then he is glancing on Prakriti.
Okay.
That means all these jivas, which are covered with avidya and karma, are entering where? They are entering into Prakriti. And that Prakriti is creating 24 elements. And those 24 elements are mixed and made hundreds of Brahmandas. Now the living entities are where? Which are covered with the avidya and karma. Where they are now?
They are Prakriti and material. Prakriti.
अरे प्रकृति से एलिमेंट्स आया, ये लोग पूरा हल्ला कर रहे हैं. एक मिनट. Hare Krishna. So, see, when he glances, already it came into Prakriti, and from that Prakriti, these elements are created. 24. And using these elements, Brahmandas are created. Now, Jivatmas are where? When they created, these are all created along with this, and they are coming to here or not? Into the Brahmandas. Huh? Yes or no? बोलते क्यों?
Yes, Prabhu. Just I mean, just like before understanding this point, I have another doubt. Okay, so from the beginningless, avidya and karma is there, and they are residing inside the body of Karnadaksha Vishnu. Now, when this Prakriti gets created, it is also beginningless, or
Yeah, it is also beginningless. Anadi. It is also in the body of Mahavishnu.
okay, it's also in the body of Karnadaksha.
Mahavishnu. Karnadaksha Vishnu. When he desires to become Ek Oham Bahusyama, when he wants to become many, then he brought out Prakriti out.
Okay.
Prakriti came out. And also he glanced on that Prakriti. Then Jivatmas also entered into Prakriti.
Okay, so then Jivatma enters into the Prakriti. Okay.
Then Prakriti is yielding 24 elements, and those are becoming Brahmandas. Now Jivatmas are in these Brahmandas. And
Okay,
then once again, Lord is entering into each Brahmanda in the form of Garbhodaka Vishnu. And he is taking that, this is one Brahmanda. This Brahmanda is brought here actually, down. So this is one Brahmanda. There you can have inside material also. 24 elements inside also is there. That he will keep in his stomach. And after 1,000 years, so he is producing Brahmaji. Now Jivatmas in this Brahmanda, which are distributed to this Brahmanda, are where? They are in this lotus. Now Brahmaji is giving subtle and gross bodies. What is that? Ego, false ego, chittam, intelligence, mind, senses, everything. Who is giving? Brahmaji is giving.
Brahmaji. Okay.
Subtle and gross bodies. Based upon the karma.
Okay. And then Prakriti already has is a false ego. So now Jivatma is coming in contact with the false ego. Okay.
This Mahavishnu, this Virat Purusha is having all the elements. These 20 elements are in this inside only.
Okay.
So Brahmaji using these elements and giving the body to
Jivatma. Okay. 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 Okay.
चलो
Okay, Prabhuji.
अब तो आगे बढ़ेंगे हम लोग. Yesterday I said, so such a jivatma which is having now covered by the avidya, now on top of that also subtle and gross bodies. What happens? Then it is so completely identifying himself as body and entering into the dualities. Bhayam, Ditiya, Abhinivesha. Because of entering into the dualities, it is getting Bhayam. Hey. ध्यान से सुनिए यार आप लोग. सुनने में क्या समस्या है? थोड़ा बुद्धि भी चलाओ सुनते समय. हाँ? So this vaimukhyam means because of vaimukhyam means what? An absence of knowledge about paratattvam. This is vaimukhyam. Because of that only now jivatma is covered by the subtle and gross bodies and entering into the dualities and getting the bhayam. Bhayam it is getting. So such a jivatmas, what they do? They keep on doing karma. Various activities it do for, because it is identifying himself as body and doing based upon using that body different activities and trying to satisfy body, trying to satisfy senses, mind, because it is identifying himself as body, mind and senses. So such a jivatma is known as karmi jivatma. If it is following means given by Shastra to earn actually what? Artha. And using that artha, it is trying to do sense gratification. Such a jivatma is known as karmi jivatma. That is karmi. That is vimukhata. Vimukha jivas, what they do? They identify themselves as body and do various activities because of identification. Oh, I am Brahman, I am Kshatriya, I am Vaishya, I am Sudra, I am this, that. And this is my duty. And it will be doing those duties and getting the artha and enjoying that artha to gratify their senses. Using that artha to gratify their senses. This is known as karmi jivatma. So these jivatmas, when they get association of either, so when they get association of sadhus, then only they try to start getting the knowledge about paratattvam. Otherwise, no chance. No chance. Okay, now I am going to explain one important thing. You all should also put effort. This is my kind request. Put your effort to understand the things. This is paratattvam. This paratattvam can be, actually paratattvam is what it is. It is Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Also who can be realized as what? As Paramatma. And also Bhagavan can be realized as Brahma. So Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. These are only the three possibilities. Are there any other possibilities? No. Vadanti tattva vidas tattvam esganam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdyate. Only Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. And here one more point. Bhagavan and Paramatma are savisesa. Brahman is what? Nirvisesa. Paramatma can be realized as savisesa and Paramatma can be seen as nirvisesa. Like an example, there is a hill is there, which is having beautiful trees. And also, it is having some animals. Some animals which are just on this hill. And beautiful birds are there. Birds also there on the trees. But a person who is seeing this hill from a far distance, he can't see all these objects which are there on this hill. He will see everything as just one object, something which is very soft, is very smooth. So similarly, but one more point. If the same person comes very little close to this quite close to this hill, then he is able to see some trees. But when he just come very close to the hill, then he started seeing even the birds, everything. All the features of the hill is able to see. So similarly, if someone is actually who is paratattvam? Paratattvam is nothing but Bhagavan, is nothing but what? Sri Krishna. Who is reside? Where he resides? He resides in Golok Vrindavan. He resides in Golok Vrindavan. And he is paratattvam actually. And he is only the Bhagavan. So Krishna is the Bhagavan Swayam. And some upasakas, because of lacking in their devotion, they see this Krishna as Brahman without any features. Like the person who is very far from hill, he is seeing hill just as a simple, a smooth object. He is not able to see the varieties on that hill. Similarly, the person who is having that means very far from Krishna, that means he is having the very little bhakti. Then he will see Krishna without any attributes. So that kind of realization is known as Brahman realization. That is also known as nirvisesa. But someone who come close to Krishna, some good extent, they see Krishna as Paramatma. And if they when become extremely, that means intimate to Krishna, then they will be seeing Krishna as Krishna. You're understanding? So that's why Bhagavan, and if when Krishna is realized as Krishna or Paramatma, that is known as savisesa realization. And when the worshipper is realizing Krishna without any attributes, then it is known as Brahman or nirvisesa realization. Are you able to understand? Are you sleeping? Don't sleep. So, this is paratattvam. Paratattvam also is known as absolute truth. Paratattvam means absolute truth. It can be realized as what? Nirvisesa. Also known as Brahman. Or another is savisesa. Savisesa. So that's why ultimately paratattvam can be realized as a nirvisesa or otherwise savisesa. So to realize paratattvam as nirvisesa, what you need? You need a path which can lead to realization of nirvisesa. Similarly, you need a path which can lead to realizing absolute truth with vishesha. This path is known as Jnana Marga. And this path is known as Bhakti. Basically, so what is the entry door for these two paths? The closing doors we know is Savishesha realization is closing door for Bhakti Marga, and Nirvishesha Brahman realization is closing for Jnana Marga. Then what is the entry door? The entry door is karmarpanam. So, in this whole universe, Paramatma can be realized with attributes or without attributes. Without attributes means nirvisesa realization. With attributes means savisesa realization. So the path which leading to nirvisesa realization is known as Jnana, and the path which leading to savisesa realization is known as Bhakti. So Jiva Goswami is saying the same point. So what he is saying? Tatra paratattvam vaimukha pariharaya. That means jivatma is not having knowledge. Vimukha means absence of knowledge. About whom? About absolute truth. This we have to remove. That means jivatma should gain knowledge about paratattvam. You're understanding? What is the core lacking in the jivatma? Absence of knowledge about the paratattvam. Then what is the solution for that? It should start gaining knowledge about the paratattvam. That means absolute truth. So that means if you want to remove or if you want to reduce vimukhata, vaimukhyam in the jivatma, that means absence of knowledge, you want to reduce, then what you should do? You should give knowledge. Okay. We start giving knowledge about paratattvam to that jiva. So, how knowledge is given to that jivatma? That means this jivatma should start gaining knowledge about paratattvam. How it is going to gain? By what practice this jivatma is going to gain knowledge about paratattvam? Then it is said that it can be only maximum 3 ways only. Jivatma can gain knowledge about paratattvam by some practices. How many are there? Only 3. One is Jnana Marga, Bhakti and Karmarpanam. No more ways. Only these 3. Only these 3. By practicing Jnana Yoga, Jivatma can gain knowledge about Paratattva. By practicing Bhakti Yoga, it can gain the knowledge about Paratattva, as like Krishna. In the form of Krishna, it gains knowledge. When it is do the Karmarpanam, then it is basically eligible. That means it is it is not eligible to go to Jnana Marga and Bhakti Marga, so that's why now it is in the Karmarpanam stage. In the Karmarpanam, what it does, Jivatma is identifying himself as body. Still, because it is a primary stage. Still, it is identifying himself as body. So, that's why it is doing karma. And because of the association of sadhu, he instructed him. So, you do offer your karma to paratattvam. That is nothing but Krishna. You do offering to him. Then what will happen? Then the jivatma start gaining knowledge about paratattvam. Because it is offering to the Lord. Is there any another ways? No, only 3 ways. Because absolute truth can be realized in 2 ways only. Either nirvisesa or savisesa. For nirvisesa, you should practice Jnana Yoga, and for savisesa, you should practice Bhakti Yoga. And entry door to these two is karmarpana. Yes, Keshav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Prabhuji. Prabhuji, where is this Dhyana Yoga process will come into in this?
Jnana Yoga is a tool. If you target Dhyana Yoga's target is Brahman realization, then it is considered as Jnana Yoga, Jnana path.
Okay. Okay.
And when you use the Bhakti Misra Dhyana Yoga, that means Astanga Yoga, Bhakti Misra, that means, so Astanga Yoga Misra Bhakti, that means yoga technique is there, but Bhakti is prominent. Then by that, he is going to get the what realization? Savisesa realization. Salokya Mukti he will be getting.
Okay.
So that's why here, when I am saying only 3 ways, this way is having, this way definitely having some varieties here. Variety channels are there just to, this is a pure bhakti way, this is. Apart from this pure bhakti way, so one can do impure bhakti, that means Misra Bhakti, Karma Misra Bhakti, Jnana Misra Bhakti, Karma Jnana Misra Bhakti, Yoga Misra Bhakti. He may do such a bhaktis. But these bhaktis also he will get the savisesa. But that is not mentioned here. Because we are interested in the pure path. Just as a side canals, you can have a few more. Like this. What is the use of those? We want a pure bhakti. So that means if you don't do pure bhakti, you are going to do some mixed bhakti, then you are not going to get the highest form of Krishna's realization. You don't get. You will be getting the Vishnu realization. You will be getting Vishnu realization. So that means what is happening here? The main point. So we don't consider why all these other margas are not mentioned, because they are insignificant for us. Majorly these 3, and some kind of mixing is happening, then you may see just like this only, this major thing, you may get some few special cases. That's not a big deal actually. But so now what is happening? By practicing Jnana Yoga, it is getting knowledge about Brahman actually. Brahman is also paratattvam. It's gaining. So this kind of gaining knowledge is also known as what? Sammukhyam. Okay, you know Sammukhyam? Gaining knowledge. Yesterday I was saying Sammukhyam means what? Gaining knowledge about absolute truth. What you are all writing actually? What you are all doing? Sleeping. Sleeping or not? Yes. Don't sleep. Yes, you Jugal Kishore Prabhu. Yes.
Prabhu, what would be the destination of those who are astanga yogi? And we many times read Srila Prabhupada's purpose saying that astanga yogi, their destination is Paramatma.
Yes.
So where does that
Astanga
fit?
Yogis, you can see Astanga Yogi in Bhagavad Gita 8, chapter number 8.
Yes.
So Krishna says that in the end of your life also, if you want to come to me, then you should always remember me. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yudhya bharata. So, and the best way of remembering can be done through the Astanga Yoga process. Bhakti, Pradhana, that is Astanga Yoga process. That means Yoga Misra Bhakti, that is describing in that next coming shlokas in that chapter, same chapter. There he mentions, so if you do Yoga Misra Bhakti, that means Bhakti is Pradhana, but Yoga is through Yoga technique. Yoga also you are mixing, remembering the Lord through the Yoga technique. Bhakti also is there. He is doing chanting and hearing also and doing yoga also. The characteristics are given in that 8th chapter. What is the destination for them? Such a yoga misra bhaktas, they will be getting the salokya mukti. Because they didn't get the association of pure devotees. So those who didn't get the association of pure devotees, they cannot understand that service is the goal of the life. So these jivatmas didn't get exposed to pure devotees, then they don't understand that the service is the goal. No. They think that only going to the Vaikuntha is the best. So the point is what here? The main point is, Astanga yoga can be used as, this also can be part of Jnana yoga only. Why this Astanga yoga is not mixed with Bhakti? Not mixed with Bhakti means even that they do meditate on the Paramatma in this Astanga yoga, but what is? They are using this technique to achieving Brahman realization. So this kind of Astanga yoga is nothing but what? Kind of Jnana sadhana. Now it is becoming the kind of Jnana sadhana. Okay, but when you use yoga Mr. Bhakti, their Bhakti is Pradhana and yoga also is there. So, but there is a Bhakti is Pradhana, then that is what? The kind of Bhakti. So now the main point is, so you have Yugal Kishore, you have still doubt?
No, Prabhu, it's clear. Thank you.
Yeah. So now let us focus on the main thing. That means absolute truth can be realized either savisesa and the nirvisesa. That's all. And to reach there are only two. Majorly two paths. But maybe you can have sub things we don't want to discuss that. Majorly you can savisesa and nirvisesa also two paths. That's all. Everyone accept this or not? Yes, we should accept this. We should accept this. So nirvisesa rupasya tadiya brahmakya avirbhavasya jnana rupam. If anyone wants to realize absolute truth, paratattvam, without any attributes, then what they should do? Jnana yoga they should practice, and that Sammukhyam, when they do practice Jnana yoga, they will be getting what? Sammukhyam. Then that Sammukhyam is known as what? Jnana rupa Sammukhyam. That Sammukhyam, you are able to read this? That Sammukhyam is known as Jnana rupa Sammukhyam. When someone is somehow or other is targeting to realize law as absolute truth with attributes, savisesa rupasya means with attributes. If one wants to realize Bhagavan, then what they should practice? They should practice Bhakti. So then that Sammukhyam is known as what? Bhakti rupa Sammukhyam. You are understanding or not? Kuch nahi, actually simple thing. So to realize savisesa, to realize Paramatma with attributes, what one should do? Practice Bhakti Marga, Bhakti Yoga. So that's why when you do practice Bhakti Yoga, what it comes? Bhakti Yoga gives any yoga practice. If you do, it will be giving the knowledge about the paratattvam. That means Sammukhyam. So yoga leads what? Yoga leads to gaining of knowledge about absolute. So it is gaining. No, it leads to gaining of knowledge about absolute truth. Means what? Gaining of knowledge about absolute truth is also known as what? Sammukhyam. So this kind of Sammukhyam is also known as what? Bhakti rupa Sammukhyam. Because by doing Bhakti, the Sammukhyam, knowledge gaining is happening. So that's why it is known as Bhakti rupa Sammukhyam. Similarly, if anyone wants to realize paratattvam without attributes, that is known as nirvisesa realization, then they will be doing practicing of Jnana yoga, and they are getting the knowledge about the paratattvam, that is known as Sammukhyam. And what kind of Sammukhyam they are getting? Jnana rupa Sammukhyam. So someone is raising hand. What is happening? Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So,
Yes.
I mean, all the activities of this material world, doesn't it fall in these three categories like karmanarpanam and bhakti marg and gyan marg?
Everything fall under these three only.
Only three, right?
All the activities fall under these three.
So
I will
anyway,
explain. I will explain now very soon. So now you see here simple. So people who are coming into association of sadhus, so they go this way. These are the karmis. You are seeing? Are you able to see my?
no, we are not able to see.
Oh, tell me now then. So now you see. Actually, initial diagram was like this. When you people were not seeing, it was like this. Now you can see just like this. These are the karmis. Karmis means vimukha jivas. They are identify themselves as body and working, doing work, gaining the samartha, and doing sense gratification. They are known as karmis. And they don't have any kind of sammukhyam because they are not doing any activity to gain knowledge about absolute truth. So that's why those people are known as karmis, or otherwise vikarmis. You can take one more goal downside. What is the difference between karmis and vikarmis? These people are doing the activities to maintain their body, to enjoy their body. So these vikarmis are doing non-prescribed duties by Shastra. And karmis, of course, both are wanting to enjoy their body and senses, sense objects. Sense gratification is the goal. But these people, to do sense gratification, you need what? Money. And to get money, what? You should do work. If the work is as per Shastra, then it is a karmi. If work is not as per the Shastra, then it is vikarmi. So that's why major portion of the society people are falling here and here. These are this. Next, suppose this karmi is coming in contact with somehow or other with a sadhu, then what? He will be doing the karmarpana. A kind of karmarpana he does after getting this certain qualification that I will explain soon. After getting such a qualification, this is a qualification. After getting this certain qualification, then he is entering into the ultimately. So after this qualification, trust, then they will be into the Jnana Yoga. And karmis, if they get association of certain kind of sadhus, they also do karmarpana initially. And when they become eligible to enter into the Bhakti Marga, they enter. It's not that after getting the sadhus association, immediately they are not in the pure Bhakti Marga. This is what? This is pure Bhakti Marga. We are interested in pure Bhakti Marga only. Savisesa form can be realized in many ways, and so that we may use impure Bhakti Yogas also. That means Mishra Bhaktis. But we are not interested in all those. Those are all sub-conditions. But main condition is best Savisesa form is what? Krishna. And what is the best methodology? That's a pure devotion. So that's why we are keeping that much and we are picturing out this diagram. So that's why, so after getting eligibility, this is a qualification or eligibility. After getting this qualification, after doing sufficient karma, one get the qualification to enter into bhakti marga and then they do practice. So that's why you have vikarmis, karmis and karmarpanam people. This is also two types of categories actually. One is this side, that means nishkama karma yogis, and another is daiva varnashrama. So let us examine. We are saying that only three kinds of yogas are there. Jnana yoga, bhakti yoga and karmarpana means karma yoga. No more. Is it true? Only three are there? Is it true? Yogastrayo maya prokta nrunam shreyo viditsaya Jnanam karma cha bhaktischa nopayonyosti kutrachit. Nopayonyosti kutrachit. Oh my dear Uddhava, kindly hear my words. Yogas trayo maya proktaha. How many yogas are there? Uddhava, how many yogas I told to you? This is happening in the 20th chapter. Before this 20th chapter, he said, how many yogas? 3 yogas. Trayaha means 3. Maya proktaha means were told by me. Nranam shreya vidseyo viditsaya. That means for the benefit of humanity. I told already 3 yogas. What are those? Jnanam karma cha bhaktischa. Jnana yogam, karma yogam and bhakti yogam. Nopayonyosti kutrachit. So, Maharaj, हे भगवान, और भी कुछ योगा है क्या इसके अतिरिक्त? Apart from these 3 yogas, are there any few more yogas? Na upayo, no payo means na upayo, na anya upay na asti, nasti, anya upay nasti, कुत्रचित कहीं पर भी अन्य उपाय है नहीं, means only 3. So entire whole world activities will fall under, all the activities will fall under these 3 categories only. Either this or this or this, or karmis or vikarmis. So nothing else. Only 3 yogas. Jnana karma, jnanam karma cha bhaktischa yonyosti kutrachit. So now tell me, Yadugopal Das, only 3 yogas. Majorly 3 only, that's all. You don't need any another yogas to construct. So then what is the eligibility for these yogas? Who is going to do which yoga? Nirvinnanam jnana yogo nyasinam iha karmasu Deshvanirvinna chittanam karma yogascha kaminam Yadruchaya matkatado jata sraddhastu yah puman Nanirvinno nati sakto bhakti yogosya siddhida. In the next sloka, Krishna himself is explaining. Hey, Uddhav, in this whole universe only 3 yogas are there. Jnanam cha karma bhaktischa. Jnanam karma cha bhaktischa. Only 3. Then what is the eligibility for This yoga, who is eligible for each yoga? Let me explain. You hear. Don't sleep. What is that? Nirvinnanam jnana yogo. Nirvinnanam. Nyasinam karmasu. Nyasinam karmasu. Who is eligible to enter into this jnana yoga? Whoever is crossing this blue line, this blue one. So what is this blue one? Nirvinnana. Nirvinnana. Nirvinnata is needed. Nirvinnata. And what is needed apart from that? Nyasinam karmasu. So, renounce. Nyasi means renouncing. Renouncing karma. So, that is the qualification. One should have nirvinnata to enter into Jnana Yoga. What is the meaning of nirvinnata? Not desiring. Iha esham madhye nirvinnanam aihika paralaukika vishaya pratishta sukeshu virakta chittanam. They are these people. Nirvinnata means aihika paralaukika vishaya pratishta sukheshu virakta chittanam, whose heart has detachment towards what? Towards the happiness, towards the so-called happiness, pratishtha, position, vishaya means objects, belongs to this earth planet or higher planets. So what is the nirvinnata? Having detachment in heart, having what? Virakti means detachment. Having detachment for what? For the pleasure, position, objects in earth planet and the higher planets. This is nirvinnata. So to enter into Jnana Yoga, one should be having this qualification. Next, tat sadhana bhuteshu laukika vaidika karmasu nyasinam tani tyaktavatam. So what else? The one who also rejected, tyaktavatam means is abandoned. What he abandoned? He abandoned the karma which give the pleasure in the pleasure, position or objects in earth planet or higher planets. The karma which give, what kind of karma? Laukika and Vedic karma which can give objects in this material world, in the earth planet or in the higher planets. So such a karma also they abandoned it. Tyaktavatam. So if he is having such a consciousness, that means he left over karma and also the position, the pleasure and the objects, whatever he can achieve on the earth planet and higher planets, for them also he has detachment. Such a person can enter into Jnana Yoga. That means from these two words, what you are understanding? Nirvinnanam and karmasu nyasinam. From these two words, what you are understanding? One who has very powerful, strong what? Strong desire to get liberated. That means they have detachment for all the worldly objects. And also they have no interest. They abandon all the activities which are going to give those results. That means materially, worldly objects. So such a people are known as what? They are mumukshus. Because they are abandoning everything. That means they have desire for what? Other than this material world. That means liberated situation they are desiring. So that's why those who are desiring moksha, that means who are rejecting all this, who has detachment for all the worldly things. So that means they are obviously interested in what? A spiritual object, spiritual pleasure. Those are known as mumukshas, and they do Jnana rupa sadhana. Jnana rupa vaimukhyam. They get the Jnana rupa sammukhyam they get. Next, kaminam. What is that? Then who is doing the karma? Kaminam teshu anirvinna chittanam karma yogascha kaminam. Those who didn't get the complete detachment for the worldly objects, post and pleasure. They didn't get any detachment. But they have attachment. Anirvinna chittanam. That means they don't have any nirvinna. That means there is no detachment for the worldly objects. Then what they should do? They should do karma yoga. That means karmarpanam. They should do karmarpanam. They should do karmarpanam. What kind of karmarpanam? Nishkama karma yoga they do. They do nishkama karma yoga. Because they don't have the detachment towards the worldly objects. They should do practice nishkama karma yoga. That means tat sukheshu raginam. Kamina means they have desire for pleasure, position, and objects in this earth planet and higher planets. They have strong desire for all this. So that's why they also said they should do karma to achieve all those. But they don't have any detachment for these objects. So such a people, what they should do? They should do karma yoga. Do your karma and offer result of that karma to the Lord. So nishkama karma yoga is good for them. Then what about another one path? So then who is eligible for the Bhakti Yoga? If I ask this question, you'll be giving the 1,000 answers. Tomorrow I'll ask this. Who is eligible to do Bhakti Yoga? Suddha Bhakti. This is my question. You please think of. We'll stop here. Any questions? Yes, Keshav.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, from this diagram, for both the Jnana Marga and Bhakti Marga, this Karmarpanam is a starting point, right?
Yeah. It's entry point.
Entry point. So the Karma Yoga alone, we cannot reach the nirvisesa or savisesa, right?
What is the difference between these two Karmarpanams? I will explain.
Okay.
There is a difference. Okay. This diagram will become little detailed one as much as we progress.
Okay.
We started with the basic, then it will be additions also we see actually. Jugal Kishore Prabhu.
Okay,
Yes,
it was not allowing to unmute. Yes, bro. So
from the karmarpanam to come to the path of jnana, so what impels them to develop such a detachment that I don't want anything in this material world? Is there some association or knowledge?
The association of jnanis, I said, no?
Oh,
So
okay.
let me finish the suspense. So anyway, you also asked, we also asked. So in that, what I said here, karmis, when they got association of here, a special sadhu, they are all the jnanis. They do nishkama karma yoga and enter into the jnana yoga. And karmis, when they do get the association of pure devotees, initially they do daiva varnashram karma, also they do karmarpanam. But with what? With love. Here karmarpanam, in the impersonalist varnashram, we say this. This nishkama karma yoga is nothing but impersonalist varnashram karma. There also they do karmarpanam, but with detachment they do offer and they go. But what is that? Means these basic common karmis, some are going this side, some are going this side. Who is deciding? The association. Okay. Anything else? Get it ready tomorrow. What is the qualification for Bhakti Yoga? Suddha Bhakti Yoga will be going to see. I hope we have to finish here. It's a very dark time actually. 9:30.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So a question from yesterday's session. So
Okay.
in that first diagram, after avidya falsigo, you mentioned chitta. Can you explain that once again?
Chitta role is what? Chitta role is general awareness. Write it. The role of chitta is general awareness. But what it in the specifically how it happens? When your chitta goes initially from through your example I am giving, it travels out of the body also. So awareness, which is coming from chitta. This awareness which is coming from chitta travels out through the senses. Through the senses, it travels out and it touches to this particular object. So then when your eyes are contacting that object, then you are able to see that object. Otherwise, your chitta is not going, but even your eyes are contacting that object, but still you don't see that. So that's the attention. What we say, savadhanata is the duty of our chitta.
Yes, and after mind, there is the senses mentioned. So this senses is which senses? So
these senses are senses know the subtle senses like eyes, ears, nose, all the knowledge senses.
But the
subtle.
Jivatma has his own spiritual senses, right?
Your own senses, no senses. Jivatma doesn't have any senses. It will be gaining senses when it does bhakti. Now it is only chit kanam. That means the infinitely undividable portion is known as jivatma. Infinite smell is jivatma's size. Infinitely small. Lord is infinitely big.
Okay.
And you cannot further divide. How then it can have the ears, nose? This particle, it is impossible to divide further. This particle, Jivatma, this particle cannot be divided. This is the finest actually, the infinitely small. And this cannot be further divided. And if it is hand, eyes, ears, nose, then you can cut the eyes, you can cut the ears, can you cut the nose? It's not like that. Oh, Acha, you are not seeing screen. This Jivatma is the finest particle. No further you can divide that. If it is having eyes, ears, nose, hands, legs, this particle, then you can cut them. Then how can you say soul is the finest one, which can be it cannot be divided further? How can you say this then? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Any other questions? Ravi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Very basic questions like
Mm.
you were referring Sat Sandarbhas, Sat Sandarbha book. So, what is the topic of study of Sat Sandarbha, and who are the?
Hey, first day you didn't come.
Yes,
Morning first.
yeah, yesterday I couldn't. I just joined for some time and
Yeah,
then.
you see morning yesterday's class. Yesterday's first hour, first half an hour you see. I
Okay,
explained everything.
okay.
Okay, thank you very much for all of you for kind and patient hearing. We'll be meeting tomorrow. We'll continue our journey. Thank you very much. Feel fresh by tomorrow after sleeping nicely and open it and see again. Then you can understand something. And hear again once again. So Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.